Marie-Françoise Therese Martin was born on January 2, 1873. The youngest of 9 children, Therese was small and frail at birth, and her mother was unsure if she would survive past a few months. But baby Therese proved resilient and a fighter, and she grew into a child that was full of life and energy. Nurtured in the Christian faith by parents who encouraged her to follow God's calling on her life, Therese was drawn to the concept of love even at an early age. That calling continued to take shape at the age of 15 when she followed her longing to become a nun and joined her 2 older sisters in the Carmelite order in Lisieux, Normandy. From the beginning, Therese preached smallness. What matters is not great deeds, but great love. How am I to show my love? The only way I can prove my love is by scattering flowers, and these flowers are every little sacrifice, every glance and word, and the doing of the least actions for love. Therese took every chance to sacrifice in small yet significant ways. She would smile at sisters she did not particularly care for. She would eat the food that was given to her without complaining, which often meant she was given the worst of the leftovers. And when her sister Pauline became prioress of the community, and many of the other sisters feared that the Martin family would take over the convent, Therese agreed to remain a novice. This meant she would never be a fully professed nun and would have to ask permission for everything she did. Miss no single opportunity of making some small sacrifice, there by a smiling look, there by a kindly word, always doing the smallest right and doing it all for love. Therese was stricken with tuberculosis and spent the last year of her life gravely ill, although never complaining and always speaking of love. She died on September 30th, 1897, at the remarkably young age of 24, with few people even knowing about her existence. 1 year after Therese's death, her autobiography, Story of a Soul, was published and quickly gained popularity. Her life, words, and invitation into what she called the little way became one of the most influential forces in the Catholic Church in the early 1900s and continues to inspire Christians around the world even today. My little way is the way of spiritual childhood, the way of trust and absolute self-surrender. Saint Therese of Lisieux lived a very short life that seems small, insignificant, and inconsequential, and yet she's arguably one of the most influential women to ever live in the history of the Church. How might you embrace the little way in your corner of the world? What are small acts of kindness that you can extend to family, neighbors, colleagues, and strangers in your midst? It may not seem like much, but it is through simple smiles, kind words, and small sacrifices that God's love breaks into the world, making it a bit more beautiful and a bit more just.